Today we're just outside Daylesford. Yeah, we're gonna look at how the Smokin Brothers make their incredibly good smoked salmon, and we're gonna see where we get our salmon bellies from that we use on our menu. Let's go. Right.
You'll get dirty, so. Right. How is it?
Perfect.
Guys, yeah. A bit more comfy now. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
We're gonna start in the filleting room.
So how many kilo of fish you do a week?
350. Okay, gloves moment. I know you might not like gloves, but to handle this, you won't because it's very smelly.
Yeah.
We will fillet, do the roping and salting as well if you want to.
Cool. Excellent, yeah.
We actually do a filleting a bit differently from what you're used to.
Okay.
Because you'll see. I don't want to.
So this is all Scotland, right?
Yes, it's from Westeros. The right flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of the farm fish, like, it doesn't have this colour. Westeros, I remember we used some stuff from Loch Duart and stuff, but this is like, it's beautiful and pristine.
They are not mass produced. They don't have a lot of fish. You know, they in the net there's no, the percentage is I think between 2% fish and the rest is just water. So they are not like
not intensively farmed.
No, it's not intensively. You know, they don't have huge facilities. Okay, so we normally fillet the fish in one go.
Yeah.
So basically, we don't like open here and there. So I show you one,
yeah,
and then we can do more. We do here. We remove this part to allow the salt and the smoke to go even through the skin. It's quite hard, so the salt and the smoke wouldn't go through. Okay, now we go inside here. And we cut this way, following the color.
Keep the color on the
Yes, that will help the next process, which is the roping. So the flesh doesn't break. Now we follow the spine all the way down. And it's done. Okay, perfect. So this normally goes. I'm sure you will.
In Japan, they'll take a spoon and they'll just.
Yeah, we normally scoop it, and when we have events, we use it for the events.
I mean, it's great for tartare stuff.
We rope it. We go pretty much here in the middle. And then make a knot. So that's why we could keep the color on. So when we hang the side, it doesn't fall. You see?
Yeah.
Nice.
You can stay next to me and we do one step by step. Okay. Yeah, you see there's a hole here?
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. You have a job here if you want. They look amazing.
Now we're gonna rope it.
Yours is ropey enough.
Aim to go through here.
Yeah.
Just
underneath the.
yeah, exactly, perfect.
Okay. How would you do the knot? Just like a double knot?
As you wish, but just make sure it's tight.
What do you reckon? Marks out of 10. Be honest. Be brutal.
Yeah, that's 6, 7. But it's good to be the first one done this way. It's good. The top layer needs to go. These are all bones, you know? Yes. So we want to have a clean flesh to smoke, so that the smoke acts directly on the flesh rather than on the bones.
Graduated to a 8.4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's 8.3.
Nice.
Oh wow, that's good. Look.
9.
Fresh fish has to stay below 2 to keep longer.
And also gloves important, right?
Yes.
Toxins on your hands and acids break it down.
Correct. We don't wash the fish before because we don't want the water to get rid of the of the fat. We know the people that work at the farm, you know, we are in constant contact with them. They are not keen in making huge numbers. Quality of the fish, the flavor, it's at the next level.
It's got a reasonably bad rep recently because of a lot of people who are doing the exact opposite of that.
The sushi that is now around, which is not the actual sushi, it's the cheap sushi.
Yeah.
You know, why we
Farm fish.
in Italy is plenty of all-you-can-eat sushi. So basically, just pay 20 euros, you buy a lot. You can eat a lot, but then this just create a huge demand for salmon. Therefore, there are more farms. Therefore, there is a worse quality of life for the fish because you know they just want to put as much as possible in a net in order to bring the profit up and to sell it to as many people as they can. So now we need to salt the fish.
Is that kosher salt?
Yes, it is. Our salmon covered with a layer of salt like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it, and then we put the next ones on top. With the other salmon.
Nice. Yeah.
And this we will smoke this evening. Maybe I send you one of those sides.
Nice.
So like if you got salt and stuff. The reason is to, if we have any debris of fish or salt on us, we don't take it in the other room.
Oh.
We will anyway change our clothes. This is actually our high risk area. So you got high risk is where you keep the raw, and the low risk is where you have the cooked product. Okay.
Right, there's an amazing smell here. Is that what? Oak wood, apple wood?
We use oak wood, juniper, and beech wood.
Oh wow.
We mix them up. We have a
Are they pellets or is it?
like sandwood.
Ah,
Wood
okay.
sand.
Awesome.
We make it here.
Really? Wow.
We got the different woods and we mix them.
Wow. So this is basically your secret recipe, kind of.
Yes, let's say. It's
Yeah.
not secret.
Everything else is salt and technique, but this is unique to
So
you
all the
guys.
flavourings comes from the smoke for you guys. But is that
Mainly,
normal?
yes.
Or like, because I was thinking that maybe like there might be more in the salting, like you might put flavours in the salt, but most of it comes from the...
We only use salt and the flavor is because of the wood. Here you got a circulation that is always on, so we constantly create new smoke, and the old one goes out. Goes up in the pipe, outside, inside again, and then
that's to cool it down.
yes, it goes out to cool down a bit, and then it comes back in, and then we also have a system that takes some air from the fridge and cool down inside. Otherwise the temperature it goes easily above 30, which is what we don't want.
Yeah.
So basically the furnace is doing a double function, pushing the smoke in and keeping the fire alive. It's like when you blow on the charcoal,
Yeah,
basically it's the same process. So if you suck you obtain the same effect. This has been in 13 hours and a half. I can see when it's smoked from the color, the fact that it starts to release oil here. You see, it's not dripping yet. The tail, if you can see it maybe more here. It gets a bit bent.
Yeah.
You see, like you can see it's dry. We have the belly and we have the tail. The tail is more salty and strong in flavor, and the belly is more fat and mild. So, it depends. People either like one or the other. I'm a fan of this part of the fish. The one we sell the most is the belly.
In restaurants and stuff, quite often you would cut it off by here because this bit is very thin. So, like, in our past, like in the career, before when I've worked in restaurants, you would get the salmon, fillet it like we did in there, and then you would just cut this off, and that would go in the bin.
Yeah, it's one of those ingredients. We actually spent a lot of time and contacted a lot of different people to try and get this.
Yes.
And no one ever helped. Taking out the pin bones. You just put a little bit of pressure down and they sort of like pop out. The smoking process basically makes them like almost, they kind of just protrude out of the fish, so they're really nice and easy to take out.
I mean, here you got the skin, so you just cut it off. And now, I don't know if you want to do this part. Perfect. Fantastic.
So that is what we use.
Yes, precisely.
You do all this bit by hand.
Yes, the whole process basically. The only machinery here is the vacuum pack machine and the smoker. We skin it after. After we'll go in here and we take the slices off. But we normally sell it with the skin as well.
Great.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, what a treat.
Jack,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So fucking good. Really, really good.
Give a bit from the tail, you can try the different.
Delicious.
Otherwise, it's not totally cured the whole way through. Like, it's still a little bit of like freshness to it.
Yeah, so
Tails
you,
like almost like
you can see it.
Tastes like a jerky.
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this bottom part here, still dry.
Yeah.
Of course, it has been cured in salt and smoke, but because the ribs were on top of it, it protected this part so that the flavor is very mild.
Yeah, clean.
And, yes, and then you have this part that was exposed to the smoke, which is more rich in flavor. Therefore, we always suggest to eat the whole slice as it is and put it all in your mouth in once, not just cut it in pieces and stuff. And why we cut it vertically? Because you have all the flavor of the fish from the top part, which was exposed to the smoke, to the bottom one.
Yeah.
So normally if you do it like paper thin, you only eat either this part or the bottom one. But because we smoke it this way, this is the best way to enjoy it.
Thanks so much for showing us around, and we brought a few
Pleasure
bits
to
with
have
us to show you guys how we actually prepare your salmon belly in the restaurant. So it's kind of got three elements to the dish. So the first bit is bone marrow. So we buy the bone marrow in whole. This is basically this is a bone marrow, the bone from the shin of the beef. It's filled with the bone marrow. We take the bone marrow out and we make it into this beautiful butter, caramelized onions, chives, and a few different spices. And then we use the bone. We try and then use the bone as a serving, as the plate for the dish as well. So we take your salmon belly and we make it into a mousse. So we blend it with cream, a little bit of beetroot, yogurt, and a reduction of shallots with different alcohol, port, Madeira, and brandy. Emulsify it in the blender and just season it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of lemon.
Okay.
So it's really simple. Really nice, clean flavour, and the smokiness comes through so well. Served with that, we've got these little brioche that we make with beef fat. So just infused beef fat, and we just bake those off, and then we're just going to cover them in the butter. We just pipe the salmon belly into the bone, and just really simply, we've got a little bit of buckwheat, toasted buckwheat. Just adds a nice little bit of texture, and we've got some pickled kohlrabi.
Okay.
It's like, it's in the cabbage family. It has a slight cabbage flavour, but it has a really nice crisp texture.
The idea is it's like a sustainable tear and share, and you just sort of rip apart the brioche, get stuck in, get into the bones, scoop it out, and then enjoy.
How do you suggest to approach it?
So like Will said, the brioche is rolled,
Yeah.
so you can just kind of tear it,
Okay.
get a bit with the butter before your friend does, you know what I mean? You want to make sure you get that nice juicy bit in the middle, and then just take a knife, scoop out some of the parfait, and then just chuck it on the bread.
Okay.
It's a bit like pate and toast,
Yeah.
but just a little bit different.
Perfect.
I have some more of the
Do
salmon.
you mind if I go straight to the...
Go for it. Hey, we're all friends here.
So good.
My brain is like...
Wow.
Well, it's only because it's good.
Best stuff
It's
lunch
only because of the
ever.
quality of the salmon.
It really managed to get the salmon, the bone marrow,
Yeah,
this buttery feeling. Incredible.
nice.
There are many ingredients, but it's very balanced, and I love it. It's definitely why my girlfriend doesn't want me to eat, because it's